Born in Amherst, Massachusetts in 1830 at a homestead which was built by her grandfather Samuel Dickinson in 1813, Emily Dickinson was one of America's greatest poets. Emily was a bright and hard-working student. She attended the Mount Holyoke Female Seminar, but due to serious homesickness, she went home after 1 year. Emily Dickinson began writing poems in 1850. Religion greatly influenced Emily Dickinson's poetry because she was a Calvinist. Calvinists believe very few people go to heaven and most people are doomed. Dickinson's poems mainly dealt with death, faith, immortality, and nature. Emily Dickinson's social skills gradually declined, eventually isolating herself from society. But unfortunately, she died from Bright's disease in 1886. Once she was dead, her family discovered 40 books containing nearly 1,800 of her poems.
I Measure Every Grief I Meet by Emily Dickinson. I measure every grief I meet with narrow, probing eyes. I wonder if it weighs like mine, or has an easier size. I wonder if they bore it long, or did it just begin. I could not tell the date of mine, it feels so old a pain. I wonder if it hurts to live, and if they have to try, and whether, could they choose between, it would not be to die. I note that some, gone patient long, at length renew their smile, an imitation of light that has so little oil. I wonder if, when years have piled, some thousands on the harm that hurt them early, such a lapse could give them any balm. Or would they go on aching still, through centuries of nerve, enlightening to a larger pain, in contrast with the love. The grieved are many, I am told. There is a various cause. Death is but one, and comes but once, and only nails the eyes. There's grief of want, and grief of cold, a sort they call despair. There's banishment from native eyes, and sight of native air. And though I may not guess the kind correctly, yet to me, a piercing comfort it affords, in passing Calvary, to note the fashions of the cross, and how they're mostly worn, still fascinated to presume that some are like my own. Interpretation. This poem is about a woman who seems to meet a lot of grief. She sounds as if she is thinking of death only and contemplating suicide. She sounds as if she has blocked out all emotions because it hurts less to just not feel. When she says an imitation of light, she may mean somebody who is sad, yet puts on a facade of joy and happiness. Grief of cold might have meant the way people feel when loved ones pass away. And the line, "The grieved are many, I am told," makes it sound like a lot of people she has known, like relatives and friends, that have died, had an impact on everybody else but her.
I Measure Every Grief I Meet is a lyric poem. It is written in stanzaic form because it has 10 stanzas. Assonance is used in the first and second stanzas. Emily Dickinson stresses the I sound in these stanzas. Consonance is used in the 8th stanza by repeating the T sound. There are a few examples of symbolism in this poem. Eyes are one example because the speaker gets to know the grieving person through their eyes. Also, light is an example because the people are trying to be happy, but it isn't believable. Personification is important because the grief is personified through the poem. For example, the first stanza gives grief narrow, probing eyes. An oxymoron is used in the 9th stanza. Piercing and comfort are contrasting words. Several confusing allusions are used in this poem. Calvary is an allusion to Jesus because Emily Dickinson is emotionally passing the place where Jesus was crucified. Her faith is dying in the same place where Jesus died. Emily Dickinson uses a lonely and sad tone in this poem. Our group agreed that the poem's mood was depressing.
Personal reactions. Bridget thought I Measure Every Grief I Meet was very depressing. She thought Emily Dickinson was writing about her own life when she started secluding herself from society and lost all hope. I thought the poem was depressing because Emily Dickinson is talking about her misery in her own life. I also felt scared because it's just kind of weird. Lydia thought I measure every grief I meet was sad because she is rethinking life and doesn't care about anything anymore. She is detached from life and emotion. Tori thought Emily Dickinson was judging people through their grief. She thought that the poem was okay but didn't have the wow factor.